Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another Conversations of Elevation, Motivate to Elevate. Today, we do not have our lovely co-host and sister Tanisha Harris with us, but myself and Professor Majama, we are going to discuss an incredibly important topic. We're going to talk about safe spaces because it is necessary for anybody, anywhere, children, the elderly, adult, regardless of what area of life you walk in, you have to operate in safe spaces. Now, something that people sometimes confuse being comfortable with being safe. A comfort zone is completely different than creating a safe space. We're going to talk about ways to create safe spaces in every area of your life, beginning with your mind. And in order to do so today, we must first distinguish the difference between a comfort zone and a safe space. So I'm going to have our Professor Majama distinguish the difference between what is a comfort zone and what is a safe space. Professor?
Um, Butterfly, thank you so much. And everybody who's watching this, welcome. We are so excited that you are here. Today will be another conversation of elevation, as we would like to name this podcast. The goal is really to discuss ideas that will be food for thought for yourself and others. Now, the topic that you brought us today, Butterfly, what is the safe space versus comfort zone? I think we've talked about what a comfort zone is many times here. We definitely said that it is the enemy of success. So whatever you are doing, if you were comfortable with it, just know that you will not grow. So then a comfort zone can be defined as a place where, you are in your element. You doesn't require any efforts for you to do what you do. You've already mastered everything in it. You don't think twice about anything before you do it. I mean, if you were at that level, it is time for you to seek challenges, because through challenges, you will be able to grow. Now, what is a safe space? I would say a safe space is an environment where you are respected, where you are supported, where you are valued. You see how this is dependent on people around you in the environment with you.
Yeah.
The comfort zone is something that you've designed yourself. Like, you are comfortable in your couch, you are comfortable at your office, at your job, because you put yourself there and you were doing things day in and day out. And now you are completely comfortable doing those things. But creating a safe space, the reason why it is important, I think it is have people support you. Not only that, but have people hold you accountable in a respectful way.
Yes.
Right. People will not be bullying you, because you can have at work like your boss can definitely hold you accountable, but sometimes it doesn't come with the respect. They are like showing you who's the boss. They are asking you to finish something at a deadline. And most of the time, that type of accountability does not help you grow, in my humble opinion. But if you have a safe space, you really pick and choose who to sit at your table. I think we've talked about this, like who are the 5 people sitting at your table? That is something you have to choose. Now, in order to create that safe space for you, as we said earlier, people need to respect you there. People need to value you there. People need to not certainly put you on a pedestal, but you just know they know who you are and they respect you for that.
Yeah. It's interesting how you say that because when you're speaking, what comes to mind is therapy. The first thing that a therapist says to you is that this is a safe space. And when they say that, what they're expressing to you is that regardless of whatever thought may come to you in
Mhm.
this particular place, you are free without judgment, criticism, condemnation,
Absolutely.
or
Yes.
punishment to express it. That is the epitome of a mental safe space, a
Yes.
therapist's couch. When I think of safe spaces in today's technological advancement era, I immediately think about our online presence.
Mhm.
Is your timeline a safe space? When I log into my one social account, I spend a good majority of my time removing, blocking, deleting, because when I first joined Instagram, I didn't know what I was doing. I just didn't want to be on Facebook anymore. And I was following anything, anyone, um, any topic, anyone that wanted to follow me was able to follow me. And now we're, I don't know, maybe 8 years into it, and I've understood the value and the importance of it. I now have a private page because I don't need everyone in my online safe space. I have decided to, there's a feature that allows you to block and manage content. You can filter words, certain words. You can filter topics. You can literally type in anything that doesn't give your mind, your eye, your soul and spirit a safe space, so that when you do log into these social media accounts, everything that I see is in line with my goal, what it is I'm trying to do, and anything that I need to maintain a healthy mental space, because
Mhm.
my brain isn't healthy, my body's not healthy, and I won't be able to accomplish my goals. You have often talked to me about being able, willing, and brave enough to step outside of my comfort zone. I have many comfort zones. There are many things that I have gotten pretty good at because I've worked really hard at them. They say to be an expert in something, you have to spend 10,000 hours doing it. And I have put a lot of 10,000 hours into this particular subject. And
Mhm.
you are forcing me, even with our podcast, to be uncomfortable and step outside of that. So, in order for me to accomplish that goal, that means I have to create a safe space for my dreams. There has to be a safe space created for the task of goals that I have to accomplish. My soul needs a safe space to grow. So, I want everyone to not just think of a safe space as being the particular area or a box that you may be in, but a safe space is where every single important aspect of your life needs to inhabit. Do your children have a safe space? Is their classroom a safe space? As my granddaughter embarks upon her education, the active shooter drill that our children are now subjected to.
Wow. Too
For me,
early.
that is not a mental, emotional, or psychological safe space. We do not allow our noodle to participate in those activities, because why am I going to introduce trauma into her life at such an early age? Why should my 3-year-old grandchild expect to go to school and expect for someone to come into her school and shoot it up? Mentally, that is not a safe space. So to protect her on those particular days, she stays with us. She stays with us until the drill is over, and then she can go to class and resume her normal day in a mental and psychological safe space. Is your time clock a safe space? Time is the enemy of everything, and it is also the gift of everything. Time is a double sword. Is your time clock and your calendar a safe space for your goals? I have to tailor my clock, my calendar, not only to encompass the things that not just myself, but the other people like you that have expectations of me, that have given me tasks that I must complete in a certain amount of time or in an expected amount of time. And sometimes, deadlines are flexible, but is a deadline a safe space? Not when you haven't created a calendar where you are the master of your time. Because in order for your goals to have a safe space, your mind needs a safe space. Excuse me, a safe space. That means that you have to be organized in your life. Every single week, I know for a fact that there is a safe space online where I'm able to come together with my co-host and discuss conversations of elevation. What that means is the rest of the week, 168 hours, I need to figure out what I need to do to protect this particular space and time so that we can get this done. A safe space is not just a thing, it's not a room, it's not an environment. A safe space is also the areas of functionality that your soul and your spirit thrive in. So
Wow.
every part of your life, you have to consider that. You know, go ahead, sir.
I don't know. I was about to say that you've really taken this in a wide field, if I can say so. Like it's like now, what I was saying is that you took really safe space into a wider understanding. Because when you talked about an alarm clock even being a safe space, and then your daughter's experience, I mean, I wanted to personally to focus on like what is a safe space for our personal growth, because I
Personal
know
growth.
as we compare it to a comfort zone is anything that you've outgrown.
Yes.
If I am doing something that I now master so well that it becomes second nature to me, I don't even have to think to do it.
Do it in your sleep.
It becomes a comfort zone. It is no
Yes.
longer helping me to grow,
Yes.
even though I might be safe doing it.
Mhm.
But in terms of personal growth, it is not a safe space.
Yes.
I don't know if
Uh,
that makes sense.
it makes perfect sense because a safe space for success begins with you as an individual. A safe space for even setting your goals begins in your mind. That begins with your support group. Like, are you able to have a group of people where you bounce your ideas off of safely, where they say, yeah, I don't think this will work? Or they say, how about you tweak it this way? Or, try this instead. Like, that's a safe space for your dream, for your
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
What you actually really need is a safe group of people who are going to challenge you. I always say if I'm the smartest person in a room,
It is
I need
time to
to
change
change
the room.
rooms.
Absolutely.
That's
Yes.
right, because I never want to be in a comfort zone or a space where there are no people I can learn from. There are no people who have done something I've never done or created something I've never created. I need the diversity of challenge in order to continue to grow.
You put it, you said, how I say earlier, that a comfort zone can be safe, but it is not a safe place for your dreams. It is
That's
not a
right.
safe place for your growth. And when you talked about, like when you're in a room, when you are the smartest in the room, it is time for you to change rooms,
Yeah.
because otherwise it becomes a comfort zone, therefore no longer safe for your growth. So then to me, being in a place where you are respected, you are supported, and you are valued is
Hmm.
really how you can measure whether it is a safe space for
How?
your growth or
Yeah.
not. Because if you're at a place where it's not about just being challenged. It is something that I welcome. People challenge me so that I can learn more and share more, so that I can better myself. I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah.
Now, this not the safe space is you go someplace where people always question your knowledge or your integrity or your goodness as a person, and you start second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes this is where the imposter syndrome also can go in, because you are not in a safe place. People here do not respect or value you or support you, and you start asking yourself, am I worthy? Am
Yeah.
I enough? Because of what you hear all the time. Like,
Hmm.
people, they're not challenging you. They don't believe in your dreams enough to support it.
Yeah.
Everyone is saying that, who do you think you are? Like, attempt something like this. No one in your family has ever achieved something like this. Who do you think you are to be the first one to
How
even
dare
try?
you?
If
Yeah.
you hear something like that, know that you are in a know that you are not in a safe
Safe.
space.
Yeah.
So to me, understanding the difference between the two can
Hmm.
make a very, very big difference
Yeah.
in your life as a person, whether you grow or, excuse me, you grow or you stagnate.
Yeah. I really had to think about the difference between a safe space and a comfort zone as we begin talking about this topic, because I haven't been in a lot of safe spaces throughout my life.
Mm.
And I don't know if that's
Also,
the nature of me being a female. Um, there's things that females have to consider that males don't. Like holding your keys in your hand when you get out of a car at night to be able to use them as a weapon. Where you park, how close you park to a door. But when it comes to my goals, my dreams, um, expanding myself, my capabilities, challenging myself, what I can say, even if physically on earth as a melanated female, I wasn't safe or didn't feel safe or haven't felt safe, growing up in my home, my matriarchs and patriarchs and cousins and friends and my educators even have always created a safe space to challenge me in order for me to go outside of my comfort zone to do something new, try something new. You know, when you go to different parts of the world, things are done differently. So
true.
one of the biggest customs in different cultures are surrounded around food. And, in Korea, it is extremely disrespectful if you don't try everything. So
Wow.
you gotta be
Everything in
brave.
terms of what?
Like when you are presented with a meal, it is a big thing. It is part of an act of love. And so a lot of people, especially us, are like, I'm not trying that. I might not like it. So you got to stretch yourself to create safe spaces, even for other people sometimes to be able to grow. So when you're saying some of these things, it's making me think about, am I a safe space for others to grow? Am I a place where people can bounce their dreams and ideals off of me without judgment or condemnation? Let's be part of making sure that we create safe spaces for the people who may want to follow in your footsteps or may need an area of expertise that we have already mastered. Are you know, growth is uncomfortable at times, but it's necessary. And in order to grow, our topic is the difference between a comfort zone and a safe space. You must make sure that you find safe spaces in order for you to grow. Sometimes we're not born in safe spaces where, you don't have a grandmother like mine who said, you know what, baby girl, if you can read, you could do anything, right? If you want to, let me tell you, my grandmother and grandfather, my parents would tell me something, and I would say, I'm going to go look that up because they created a safe space for me to challenge their ideal. That's something that we as a nation are struggling with right now. And it reminds me of Dr. King's celebration at the King Center this year. If you haven't watched that, the speeches, please go watch those speeches. They were amazing. And one of the things that they discussed was instead of challenging an idea or a notion that is unfamiliar, uncomfortable, or that you actually don't agree with, meet that with love and understanding and compassion, and allow yourself to hear things that may challenge what you believe to be true. You know, Mission Possible is what they called it, Love 365, meaning embrace safe spaces for being challenged. Embrace safe spaces where you can challenge others. I want to be a safe space for young girls, for people who've never left home, for people who may not be, a polyglot or speak other languages. I want to be a safe space for everyone around me. I think that's why God gave me the gift to help others. I always say I'm the helper's helper because there's been times when I needed help and I didn't have it. Those are the safe spaces that I'm talking about didn't exist. When I was a young entrepreneur needing a website, needing anything, sometimes the help I thought wasn't a safe space. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go figure out how to do this. I never want to be that for someone looking up to me on how to be an entrepreneur or how to coach or consult or help. Like, you teach people to create safe spaces. I challenge people to be a safe space.
Look, there's something so powerful that you said that it reminded me of a saying, which is whatever you want more of, you need to give it away.
Mm. Whatever
Like if
you
you
want
want,
more of, you need to give.
yes, if you want something, you need to give it away. That's how it will come back to you.
I agree.
So when you say, like, be the safe space for others, that's really how you create your own safe space. Because if I allow other people to come to me with ideas, because I have this take on life, you've never really made it big until you are called crazy person.
Okay.
Yes, because you have to dare to dream, you have to
Mm.
dare to go to uncharted territories. And sometimes that makes other people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you are familiar with that yourself, then you can open up to welcome other people's idea, even if it is really outlandish, like it is something that you've never heard before. You can still say, "Hey, let me hear this,"
Let me
without
ask you
any
this,
natural.
Professor.
Go ahead.
Have you been called crazy a time or two? Or your ideas been called crazy a time or two?
Well, I don't think I am at that level yet because maybe I haven't. I don't think out loud the way I should have.
Mm.
There are a lot of items in my mind that sometimes if I say this, people will think I'm nuts. Maybe I would like keep it to myself to nurture it even bigger. So maybe that's the reason why. And well, maybe not to my face at least, but certainly some other people might think that I'm crazy with some ideas that I have or some projects that I'm working on, they might think that this will not go anywhere, and I believe in them, but like out right into my face, I haven't heard that. And maybe that's why I haven't been that successful yet. But
Okay.
what I
Well, we're
truly
gonna work
believe,
on you expressing some of those things. Like, let me be a safe space for your crazy ideas because
this is where something I also learned from Jim Rohn. So when you're working on something big, avoid talking to small mind.
okay, let me now right there, let me stop you. Some of the things that I have dreamt about or thought about, I always say like something will just come to my mind and I'm like, I'm gonna do that. And I'll keep it to myself because I don't know if that's me participating in imposter syndrome. I can say no. I can definitely say no. Because in my mind, I already know I'm about to go do that. It might take me a year, it might take me 2 years, but I'm going to do it. And I will keep it to myself until I'm there doing it. Because for one, I feel like I don't want people to talk me out of it. Um, or I don't want to be discouraged or sometimes a person can project their perceived failure onto you like, oh, that's not gonna
Absolutely.
work, that's not gonna work.
That's small minds. That's what I was talking to you
Yeah,
earlier. There's a saying, small minds discuss people.
great
Average
minds discuss
mind,
things.
average mind discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas.
Yeah,
So like when you know that you have this coming in, you have to pick and choose who's to share it with. Because
yeah,
sometimes people cannot see your vision, not because they don't have one, or because they're not ambitious, but
yeah,
your vision was not given to them, so they
yes,
can't see it.
yes,
So that's
that is
why
God's business.
hey, this whole thing to me, I wanted us to focus on what is a safe space for your dreams? What is a safe space for your growth?
Yeah,
Because believe me, you can be so ambitious and then be around people who will shoot down any brilliant idea you might have. That is not a safe space for you.
I
As I
agree,
said earlier, it might be a comfortable space,
but it's not
but
safe.
it is not a safe space for your dream.
You want
And
to know what
let's
one of the
let
safest places I found in life for me are classrooms.
okay.
Classrooms have always been safe spaces for my dreams, my goals, a place where I started to find safe spaces for success in my personal growth. Number one, the first safe space I ever found for my own success was the therapist couch. Um, that is a place where I think people often sometimes think therapy is like, oh, I got problems in this. But no, I think everyone should have a therapist because it's an objective place, a safe space for you to bounce even your visions, your goals, your career dreams off of to get feedback. Then it started to be classrooms. I started to seek groups. Now that we have these social networks, you can literally go on any social media platform and search for example, crocheting. If you want to be the best crocheter on earth, social media has afforded you a safe space for that. That goes back to what I was talking about tailoring my social media to be a safe space for my dreams, my goals, my ideals, and my mind.
Look, let me share this. Let me share this with you before you finish.
Go, go, go.
Last night, something amazing happened in class.
Okay.
Um, Public speaking. We had the midterms last week, or no, yeah, last week because yesterday was Tuesday. So we did the midterms, and I was really blown away by the speeches that um, participants were able to make. And yesterday was feedback day.
Okay. That's a good day.
I spent about maybe like 1 hour and a half listening to how generous the class was with their classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time, I mean, I have never seen anything like that in terms of like just making people believe in themselves more. Like
Wow.
those type of kind words that, hey, your speech was this. I believe if you added this or that, but it was more of like just letting them know that that environment is really a safe space for them.
Yeah.
They can grow, they can make mistakes, and there is no judgment because
Right.
we're there to make sure that when you come out of this class, you become a better version of yourself. And
That's important.
Butterfly, I think this is what we are building right now. You're part of it, and there is a team behind it. We're working on something that might be the safest space for people to bring their dreams, their ideas, their aspirations to get them nurtured. And really, the sky will be the limit. What is that?
Yeah. Part of what conversations of elevation, what a Mentium is about, that is literally what it is we're building, a safe space for people to bring their ideals, their dreams, or just their self, if they yet don't have ideals or dreams, and find a safe space and a community and a network of people who respect you, who support you, who love
Uh,
you unconditionally, and who accept and respect that every single person, if you're here, you have been granted a very specific set of individual gifts. So if we're the people to help people see them, to recognize them, bring them out, let it be. Let it be so. Have you ever been to someone you didn't even realize and someone's like, you're really good at such and such? Or have you ever tried such and such? And it's like, no. And keep it simple. I was in a phone store, and sometimes you go in the phone stores, they have these ads. There was like this incredible caricatures drawn, and I was like, who drew this? It was the manager of the phone store. And I said, so every time I come in here to pay my bill, are you the person that draws these? She says, yes. I said, you need to be working for Pixar, Disney Animation, NBC, Comcast. And I shared with her, like, she was like, you think so? I said, yes. Like it could be something as simple as imparting into someone an encouraging word. It can be a smile. Your smile can be a safe space for a stranger.
look,
So
let
it's
me. Huh?
go.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up that
No,
thought.
I'm just saying your smile can be a safe space for a stranger because our greatest gift of humanity is our compassion toward other humans.
Butterfly. This is the purpose, the mission, and the vision of Mentium. You know, I am so jazzed about this. I am
Me
so
too.
excited, very, very much so, to work on this project. In the beginning, the idea was to have it like just in like 4 areas because I said the 3 C's of Mentium. That is the courses, the coaching, and the community. Now, many other platforms, they already have the courses and sometimes the coaching, but never have I seen a platform that would combine the three of them. You can go to Udemy and learn almost anything. but you are on your own. You can go to Coursera and learn almost anything, but you are on your own. But the lacking piece is somebody who is rooting for you to complete what you started. Somebody who's like-minded and really want to invest in your success. So that's why we said the courses, the coaching, and the community.
Yeah.
At first, I had like 4 areas that I was thinking about, and that list is growing because we want it to be a holistic safe space for
Yeah.
you. At first, we talked about financial literacy because I know personally a lot of financial mistakes that I made. It was not knowing what financial literacy was about. Now, in that institute, because now the name will move into the Mentium Institute, we want to allow like people to learn. The first thing is to
Love it.
learn about financial literacy.
Yeah.
Then we tackle entrepreneurship because I am part of the people who believe that if you are going to work, somebody is controlling your time, they're controlling basically your life. So
Yeah.
I'm saying, and I heard this yesterday, my 9 to 5 job is my side hustle because I'm using it to fund my dream. I think it was Uzi who said it yesterday in class, and I love that. So I'm not
Right.
saying do not have a job, but have a job, but build a business because Miles Monroe once said that God will never finance your dreams with your paycheck.
And you know what is even more important than that?
Yep.
And I'm going to say it like this straight up.
Okay.
Your salary is the cost they pay you, the price they pay you to give up on your dream. Your salary is the price they pay you to give up on your dream.
Let me finish there.
Yeah.
Now, that's the reason why then we want to promote entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And we
Agree.
will have courses that will teach you just that no matter what type of business you want to build, there will be a guide for you, somebody who will work with you, but also a community that will support you
Yeah.
because they too, they're trying to build businesses. So you guys will work together. But then after that, we thought, well, if you have all of that now, being an entrepreneur means that you will go out there and pitch your ideas to people. Now we need to get you ready by teaching you public speaking, which is absolutely crucial for you to go out and convince people, uh, influence people to actually invest in you.
Yes.
And once you acquire all of those stuff, now you would need a team. Okay, if
And
you have a
me,
team, how would you lead them?
the
That's
business
where
plan. Yes.
that's where we start teaching leadership. First, it was these 4 components, but right now we're thinking of expanding it to healthy eating, expanding it to health and wellness, because that is what's
Critical.
building you as the foundation of anything that you are doing. So this is the reason why I am so excited and I can't wait for
Me
the
too.
launch because to me, it will bring something totally new to the masses and you should be so accessible that like anybody who's serious about it. Now, I have to say this, it will not be free because
Yeah.
people will only pay attention to the things they pay for.
You
So
put
to
your
me,
money where
exactly.
your
We do it
commitment
free.
lies. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of
If we
course.
do
Because
it
it's a course.
free,
We
we
put
are
our time
free.
in. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. To
Yeah.
me, if it is free, we're doing a disservice to people because they
Mm-hmm.
would gather here, start to gossip, start to say all these things about politics. That's not the reason why
Listen,
this
people
is
respect what they pay
created.
for.
Yes,
You respect what you
absolutely.
pay for. I'm
Yes.
excited because one of the things that I think I'm super excited about is helping people create their business plan. The public speaking is going to help them vocalize their business plan so that they can get investors and people and a community of people who will believe in them and support them and therefore create a safe space for their dream and their businesses to grow. Like we are on the precipice of something that is going to create legacies far beyond myself, you, Mentium. Like, if you plant the seed and you foster it to grow, then the forest will replicate itself. So that is something that Mentium is. Mentium is the starter seed in a forest of opportunity. And I'm beyond excited for that.
I love it. I love it. Look, as this topic was safe space versus comfort zone, it will be this segment was really a very nice way to land the plan, so to speak. Because to me, what we're working on might be the safest place online.
Yeah, I like that.
Because we know the difference because we've been part of a lot of other spaces, social media included, but some other spaces that may be not known, and we've learned a lot from there.
Yes, sir.
But we wanted to combine something that has never been combined before.
And the
You know,
holistic approach with community and wellness.
absolutely,
Yeah. You remember
absolutely.
my
Because
speech about your diet is way more than what you put in your mouth? You remember that speech? I gave that
yes,
speech in public speaking class. Your diet is so much more than what you put in your mouth. So therefore, just like you have a diet that is holistic, your dreams also have a diet. So you need to make sure that you create a safe space that is also a full grown
look,
nutritional plan for your dreams to eat and grow.
look. When I wrote "Ready to Win," it is the expression of my belief that everybody is a winner,
I
and
agree.
they
Same.
deserve to know that.
Yeah.
You see, on the cover of the book, I was talking. You see, when a bird flies, nobody is amazed because we know a bird is supposed to fly. When a fish swims, likewise. When a human being wins, we think it is a miracle.
Yeah.
No,
You were born
like
for it.
we are malfunctioning when we are not winning.
Say that again. We are malfunctioning as humans if we are not winning.
Winning because it is our destiny.
Yes. I
So to
believe that.
me, to have a place where not only will you be able to learn new skills, but like skills that will help you grow as a human being, but to have a coach that believes in you, that is rooting for you, and also have a community that is holding you accountable.
I love it.
Combine these three, and you tell me where we would go with something like this.
Listen, I love it. And this is what I want us to close on today.
Please go ahead.
Your safe space is not just about you. Your safe space is about your physical being, your mind, body, and soul. And when you have a safe space for those things, you have then begun to create a safe space for your dream. So one of the things that we're going to do with Mentium, so much more to come, just know that Mentium is a safe space that is a starter seed for a forest of opportunities to come.
What a great way to land this plan. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in for another conversation of elevation. Thank you so much. We'll see you on another episode.
See you next
Peace
time.
and love.